Welcome back. This is part 2 of the Darkest Files. So we are still trudging away, interviewing witnesses that we were working on. So hopefully this will pick up where we left off. Let me look at the notebook. Where were we? Okay, so started a new day. We're going to check the notebook.
But on her first case.
Still, functioning free press is simply crucial to the...
Wait, shh, I think she's coming up.
Oh, not them talking about me.
Good morning, Miss Katz. Have you seen the news yet?
No.
So, what were you saying about these news?
Oh, there's an article in today's Blatt. Have you seen it?
I haven't.
No, I haven't. Why? Is there something I should read?
Well, I'd say so. They wrote an article about you.
They... what?
Sorry. It's typical, really. Whenever we achieve something, they're right there mocking us for trying. Don't even give it a second thought, Miss Katz. It's lies. All of it.
They can write about me all they want. I'll just keep doing the work.
That's right. Though it's quite popular, and there might be consequences.
Don't know what that means. Not a good day at all. The second suspect will arrive soon and update Mr. Bauer after the second investigation. We didn't get to update him after the first one. Okay, so I found a letter about Mr. Faultman concerning one of his subordinates and the Gestapo. So to the district leader, H. Swartz, on January 17th of 1945, concerning the incident with base manager L. Stieg, the suspect was arrested by the Gestapo on January 5th of 1945. All ranks that L. Stieg held in the local group are revoked from him. L. Stieg is not allowed to join the party and is serving a prison sentence. The base manager's arrest was made possible thanks to the righteous detonation by his direct superior, whose loyalty to the Reich and his people should be commended. So he got rid of his subordinate, or he got rid of his base manager because he was talking back, I guess. And then we received some files that should have contained the information on Mr. Kibitz you asked for. Sadly, they were burned during the bombing. Hope they can still be of use. You were right about the NSDAP bureaucracy. They keep track of everything. I pulled a list of weapons that were issued to the group members around the time of the crime. I don't know how it's possible that the previous prosecution overlooked this. I found Swartz's order, and turns out it specifically refers to John Nauman. So it says, that it was an unemployed single kid in his 20s. Okay. There's something interesting. There's a detention report matching our date and place. Just see for yourself. I don't know what they mean by a detention report. This is the newspaper for today. It says prosecutorial misconduct. Hessen General Prosecutor Bauer's problem continues as a special division once again finds itself in the spotlight. Concerns are being raised about the possible misuse of public funds, which, as some claim, are currently being wasted on reopening long since solved cases. According to our sources, such investigations are further compromised by inexperience and overzealousness of the team's younger prosecutors. The Red Fall. As Khrushchev's policy on de-Stalinization continues, Moscow's influence seems to shrink with each passing day. Last year, Wardslaw Gomulka was still a political enemy of the pro-Soviet regime, imprisoned for subversive actions. Yesterday, he was appointed as first secretary of the Polish United Workers' Party, joining Hungary's minister Imre Nagy as yet another openly anti-Stalinist head of the Eastern Bloc country. Not sure what that means. I am not up on my World War II history. Oops.
Yes, Paula?
The witness you asked me to contact, Alfred Faltman, just arrived.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to have 5 seconds to read the case. We got some new stuff that I haven't even had a chance to process. So when we look at the employee number, Kibitz is 501877. right? So that burnt piece that she gave me, where is that? So 9877 is the driver. And so just going back, 9877 is Herb Keebens. So he was telling the truth about being the driver. So based on his employee number ending in 9877, he was a group worker and he was the driver for the district leader. Now, according to him, his gun is the 1888 Commissioner's Rifle 8mm cartridge. So he had a 1888 Commissioner's Rifle. So he probably didn't shoot him in the head because the guy was shot by the Browning, which was the employee number 6332, which is Carl Schickert, is that employee number. So he would have had the right weapon, the Browning, to shoot him. So it almost makes it seem like his story is accurate then, that he was just a driver and he didn't do the shooting. So maybe Kiebert told the truth?
Mr. Feldman, my name is Esther Katz. I am investigating the death of Hans Naumann in 1945.
What are you investigating? The case has been closed.
New evidence has come to light. My department and I are checking whether the case needs to be reopened.
Sounds like wasting the German state's money. Just one question. Your name, Esther Katz. Are you Jewish?
I am not.
The name is often Jewish, but I am not.
That's good to hear.
Mr. Feldman, please tell me what happened on April 28, 1945.
My superior asked me to arrest some sort of insurgent. A simple task I gave to my subordinates. I was quite surprised when I saw who they brought. I asked if they were sure they got the right man. The crimes that had been committed.
I must interrupt you. I was told a different version.
Right. They told me that you definitely went. Because the wife, Lidmilla, told us the one was taller and bigger. He had a badge with 2 golden stripes on the collar. So that's you, right?
Mr. Feldman, you were the local group leader at that time, correct?
That is correct, miss.
According to our witnesses, one of the men who took the victim from his house had the insignia of a local group leader's, with, of course, none of the other members of your group bearing that rank. Why then do you claim it was your subordinates who brought the man to you? And how could you be surprised by the suspect's identity if you arrested him yourself?
I don't know. It was such a long time ago.
Mr. Feldman, I must inform you that you are legally obliged to speak the truth here.
Don't you snap at me, young lady. The whole thing happened over 10 years ago. I must have simply remembered it wrong. Either way, I still wanted to release the suspect. That's how it was.
Okay. So you lied at first, which doesn't instill confidence. Now, we've been down here before.
Schickert insisted, so we took him back to the district office. Schickert and Kiebitz waited in the corridor as I spoke with the district leader, Mr. Schwarz. But he dismissed my doubts. Alfred, my man, you worry too much. It wasn't my place to doubt his decision, I thought. So we left his office and he gave the order.
What did he say?
That for his crimes against the German people, the prisoner was to be executed.
Okay. So that part's consistent. They both have said the same thing.
How did the men react?
I can't recall. It has been quite a while. I think they were a bit uncertain. Kiebitz, at least. I wanted to discuss the order further, but Schwarz went back to his office.
Okay. So that part's consistent, that Schwartz gives the order, says to execute him. So we don't know if he's telling the truth. The Schwartz told him, don't worry about it.
They seemed to scream forever, and you could still hear the bombs falling. Did the group members drink on duty?
It was clearly forbidden. We did our best to enforce this rule even in those days. But most likely they still did. Just learned to hide it well.
Great.
Was the victim your only prisoner at the time?
It's been almost
Girl,
15 years,
okay.
for God's sake, woman.
11.
You can't honestly expect me to remember details like that.
Did many prisoners share the victim's fate?
If they deserved it.
He doesn't seem apologetic.
Can you tell me more about your local group?
We were Schwartz hands, so to speak. While most local groups were responsible for a section of the city, we were assigned directly to the district office.
Okay.
When did you move to the cellar?
2 months back, mid-February. After those pigs burned Dresden.
Okay. So you moved 2 months prior. That kind of matches what he said. The other guy told us that the air raids is why they moved. So that's pretty consistent.
What happened if you or Mr. Schwartz caught any of the group members drinking?
Usually I took pride in running a tight ship. You smell of alcohol while on duty? Dismissed. But at that point, they got away with just a slap on the wrists. We needed all the hands we could get, drunk or not. And with the Yankees on the streets, we all heard the bottles calling.
If they were dismissed for drinking, what would be the punishment for disobeying an order?
Probably nothing. If you're just getting a slap on the wrist.
What happened after Mr. Schwartz left the hallway?
We went to the captive. Kiebitz, Schickert, and I. I was hesitant, of course, but again, it wasn't my place to question Mr. Schwartz. And let's be honest, in those times, heads rolled pretty quickly for defying orders.
Okay. Well, even that's kind of contradictory because he just said that they needed people or giving people slaps on the wrist. So do heads roll or do you get slaps on the wrist? Because that's not the same.
Did you have any contact with the surrounding local groups?
Of course. We had an older model radio station connecting us with the rest of Bavaria. Or what was left of it at that point in the war. Mostly other groups around Munich.
Okay, so that's consistent to what Kieber, the other guy, said.
A brewery cellar seems a weird place for a district office. How did you have enough power for it to function?
Often we didn't. All those Allied bombs made sure of that when they leveled the city. We had to rely on our backup generator. That and oil lamps.
Okay, consistent with the other guy said.
Then we entered the cell and I saw the captive up close. How I realized I just couldn't follow through with it. I told my men to stop.
Which is what Kiebitz said.
What did you tell them?
That this could not have been our man. We had to convince the district leader to reconsider.
Did they agree with you?
Kiebitz did, but Schickert, on the other hand, he wouldn't even consider it.
Which is what they said before.
The place was a brewery. Did you prepare the cells for the prisoners?
Not personally, but yes, a few rooms were modified adequately.
And what does adequately mean?
It's been a while, miss. And I can't say it was something that occupied me. They were for criminals.
Okay.
How long were the prisoners usually kept there?
Can't say. It depended on the case. However long it took for justice to be served.
So see, that's different. Because Kiebert said they stayed for up to a week. But this guy say, I don't know how long they stayed.
The man was a maniac. Usually harmless. Obsessed as he was with hierarchy. But at that point he had this fanatical look on his face.
What did he say to you?
That he would report me to the Gestapo. Now, you know what that would mean, but that didn't matter. I knew Mr. Schwartz. I knew he would understand.
Okay. So what did you do?
I ordered Schickard to stay put and left the cell, looking for the district leader. I was certain I could convince him this time.
Did you succeed?
I didn't get the chance. I was halfway through the hallway when I heard it. A gunshot. Schickard had gone through with the execution.
So you weren't in the room.
But you weren't in that room, you stated.
Right. But it must have been him. He was so persistent about following the order.
But you didn't see for sure. Now, it would make sense it would be Schickard because the other guy didn't have the right gun. You know, we were missing something. Now, I'm missing some evidence. I'm supposed to have 42 and I have 37. So I'm 5 short on a clue this time. So I don't know where I went wrong. What did I not click on? Because I got to make sure I asked the right questions.
Describe the office of Mr. Schwartz to me.
It was sufficient. At the end of the day, it was just an abandoned cellar. It was the one room with which we did the most, let's say, renovation. For a man of Schwartz station, it was nothing more than an, again, sufficient office.
Can you tell me more about Karl Schickard?
A damned idealist. He wouldn't shut up about duty and Prussian values. Still, I can't say anything bad about his work. Always diligent, hardworking, and unbearable perfectionist.
What can you tell me about Mr. Kiebitz?
Exemplary subordinate. Loyal. One of the few people among that band of ingrates I knew I could rely on. Unfortunately, Schwartz knew that as well. Kiebitz might have been a member of my local group, but he mostly worked directly for the district leader.
See, he didn't tell us that. Keybert's never told us that he works for the district. So Faultman is telling me something new.
What about you? What was your role in the district?
As a group leader, I made sure Mr. Schwartz and the party's will were enforced in the city. He needed somebody he could trust, someone who would see to it that order was maintained. That was me.
What can you tell me about working for Mr. Schwartz?
It was a true honor. Comrade Schwartz was an exemplary German and a magnificent leader. I have him to thank for my work ethic. I learned much from his example. We all did.
I'm still missing something, though. I'm missing one clue. I have 41 out of 42.
You said you had mentioned your doubts to Mr. Schwartz.
I did. I tried to convince him to reconsider. Unfortunately, he remained unbudging.
Do you remember how long the two of you talked?
Well, now that's... well, can't say. It must have been a while. Quite a while. I did try my best. Unfortunately, once again, it wasn't enough.
Okay. So their stories diverge a little bit. Because...
So, just to confirm, Mr. Schickard shot while you were not in the room any longer?
That is correct. And that is all I know.
Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Feldman.
I take back what I said in the beginning, Miss Katz. Perhaps it is right to reopen this case after all. Have a good evening, miss.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Unfortunately.
The suspects seem to
But
agree
not
on many
all.
aspects,
I agree,
but
because
not
it's
all.
like...
I should see if I can make some sense of this on the blueprint and get this meeting with Peters.
Well, let me...
Miss Katz, there was a call for you. Actually, it was multiple calls.
Okay, well, I have to come back to that, Missy, because I didn't get to update Bowerman yesterday. I have to talk to him
Miss
today.
Katz, I take it your sparring with Mr. Peters went well?
He was very collegial.
Yes, I've heard the two of you don't see eye to eye. I'm glad to see it hasn't proved to be an issue. Now, how's your work progress?
I've interrogated 2 of our suspects. both claim it was the third suspect, Mr. Schickert, who shot the victim. In fact, they agree on all points.
It seems too.
It all feels too perfect. Not a single difference in their accounts after all this time? And were we to believe them, it would leave them guiltless. I think they're lying.
That's always a possibility. But keep in mind, sometimes the simplest solution can be the right one. Very well, considering the nature of this investigation, I'd say it's still proceeding apace. One suspect left. Hopefully, he will be able to clarify some of our doubts. Either him or the files. Which would leave us with one final issue. Court. Once you've heard the final testimony, you need to prepare to present your case. That means reconstructing the course of the crime and finding proof that would back it. As mentioned, Mr. Peters will help you out. Teach you how to present your findings, prove your claims. It will help you to familiarize yourself with the ins and outs of court. We cannot afford to fail at court, and preparation is the key to success. That's why I urge you to start with your training right away and build your theory. Once you hear from all witnesses, we need to move to court quickly. I hope it's all clear.
Of course.
So we're missing. Yeah, because it does seem a little clean to me. Like it got no issue. Let's go back to the office and try to put everything together. So let's work on. So we have two different statements, and that's the problem. So we're saying that Swartz ordered the execution, and that Kibitz and see, but that's the part that's weird. Because Kibitz said that he and Mr. Feltman that Feltman and the Swartz stepped into the hallway and gave the order. And Feltman agrees that he and I stepped into the hallway where the two of them were waiting. They gave the order. So for part 2, who went into the cell, we have the 3 of them go into the cell. Because Mr. Feltman ordered me, Mr. Schnurker and me to follow him into the compartment. So the 3 of them all agree that they were in the cell together. Then who resisted the order? We're supposed to believe that Feltman resisted the order. He saw the victim and refused to go through with it because he didn't match the original description. Now the problem is when we get to number 4, we're supposed to believe that Schnicker threatened him with the Gestapo if he didn't go through with it, which both of them say the same thing. But number 5 is the issue, because we're supposed to believe that Feltman isn't in the... Well, see, that's where it conflicts. Because Kibitz says that Schickert shot him, but that Feltman was in the room. Feltman said he wasn't in the room, and he heard the gunshot when he was already down the hall. But either way, they still agree that Schickert did it. I just don't know that I agree. So we built the theory, but I'm not 100% sure, because that's where they diverge. Oh, what is this?
Oh, good you're here. Mr. Peters asks me every 5 minutes where you are and when you're coming. Not only Peters' patience is growing thin.
Is everything okay?
I don't want to sound unprofessional, but working with him is a pain at times. Why does he always
For
have to
real.
be so rude?
I don't know what his problem is, but I have little hope that it will ever get better.
Well, I hope you're wrong.
Okay, let me deal with the phone.
Who do I want to call?
What? Actually, never mind. Let
Never
me
mind.
deal with Peters, because he's bugging everybody. And Paula, can you actually do me a favor?
Yes, Paula?
It's your mother.
Did she want anything particular?
You'd think so, as she did call 5 times already. But no, she just wanted to talk to her daughter, very urgently.
Okay, I'll have to call her back.
Now that was quite an interesting development. Somebody sure is lying. But who? Can't say I envy your job right now, Miss Cutts. Apart from that, how can I help you?
Where's these personnel
Are
files?
there any updates about the personal files?
I suspect I already sound like a broken record to the Berlin Document Center. Sadly, no news yet, but I will keep you on track once I hear something.
I need you to invite a witness.
Of course. Who should I reach out to?
Just one man left. Karl Schickert.
Will do, Miss Katz.
Thank you. Let me go deal with, oh, hi.
So, the dead flies on my desk. Your handiwork.
Oh, I'm so sorry. She must have slipped in when I brought the newspaper.
No worries.
Honorable Miss Katz, would you be ready then?
I think so. How are we going to do that?
I will act as defense and court, and you will do your part.
Did you read the files?
But have you studied the case well enough to actually help me here?
Yes, I did. Some people have to take their work seriously, you know. Anyway, you present your prosecution, support your conclusions with evidence, and win the case. And I'm trying to stop you from doing just that. Should be a piece of cake. For one of us, at least.
Okay. So, I mean, this is what we're saying the theory is. We're saying that Schwartz ordered the execution. All three of them went to the cell. Faultman didn't shoot him. Snicker threatened him with the Gestapo, and Snicker did the shooting.
His execution was ordered by Herbert Schwartz, the district leader for the city of Munich. As the senior member of the NSDAP involved in the crime, he bears the main responsibility for Mr. Normann's death. Mr. Schwartz is unfortunately deceased, and as such cannot be tried. This does not, however, absolve his subordinates of their culpability.
Objection. According to the witness statement, it was Mr. Schickert who gave the order. Can you support your claims with meaningful evidence?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. If you would take a look at this.
I mean, my argument that the execution, I mean, that's what the proof is saying.
This document clearly states that it was Mr. Schwartz who gave the order.
Not bad cuts, but not great either. If that's all the prosecution can come up with, the case is as good as lost. Knowing the right answers is often not enough to win your case. You also need to form the right conclusions. Conclusions the court is willing to follow, because they are plausible, and because you can back them up with evidence. A valid conclusion is always based on several clues. The one clue we are very certain is true is that Schwartz gave the command. So your conclusion should be based on that. Open your case file and give it a go.
For each question, we can create a single conclusion. Click on the first conclusion and create it. So we're going to combine 3 different documents that either use his name or function. So we know for sure this is one, because this is based on the prosecutor's original investigation. So we need 2 more pieces. So if we go into the transcript, we have evidence from Herman Kibitz that it was the district leader who gave the evidence, and then we also have the transcript from Faultman that the district leader gave the evidence. So, I mean, we keep coming to the same conclusion. Okay. So great. After completing a conclusion, it will show us conclusion prepared in the conclusions menu. Keep that in mind that this does not confirm the conclusion's correctness.
I think I got it.
Shoot.
We have several consistent statements that Schwartz gave the order to shoot. There are no discrepancies in the testimonies. It says so in the files, and Mr. Schwartz stated it himself in 1947. Therefore, I conclude the order to shoot Hans Naumann came from district leader Herbert Schwartz.
Congratulations. Well done, Katz. If you argue just as coherently as before, this might go better than I expected. However, it was not particularly difficult, and it will probably not be that easy again. Still,
thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, Peters.
Enough practice. Your case is waiting. Keep up the good work.
What now?
you can't finish your theory before hearing that last witness. So you could go home. Personally, I like to be prepared, so I tried to see if I can find more conclusions. But I was always willing to go that extra mile. You do you.
Peters?
Cuts?
Miss Katz?
Yes? Girl, you gotta give me a rest.
Miss Katz, it's your mother. I'm afraid she's a very persistent woman. Just keeps on calling.
Of course she does. I'm so sorry, Paula. I'll get back to her as soon as I can.
Please do.
Okay, I will give her a call, even though I don't know what she's calling about.
Who do I want to call?
My parents.
Katz,
Mom, what happened? You've been calling non-stop.
Essie, are you alright? We've been so worried.
I'm doing great.
I'm good, Mom.
But that dreadful article. No need to pretend with me, Essie. How are you, really?
I'm fine, Mom. Really.
But,
I mean it, Mom.
well, alright, if you're sure. You poor thing. I just hope no one else figured out it was all about you. Oh, how embarrassing that would be.
Oh, yes, truly. There is nothing in the world that could be worse, Mother.
Oh, haha, very funny, Essie. Yes, mock your poor mother all you want. People are confused enough about the origin of your father's name as is. Now, with that article, I'm just afraid of what other people might think of our family.
I see.
But enough of that. Let's focus on the now. I have wonderful news, Essie.
What? You can't just...
I just invited the Müllers for coffee this Saturday.
We were just talking about me destroying our family. And now you want to tell me all about the Müllers?
Oh, don't be like that. You have to come. I'm dying to show off my smart daughter.
Who are the Müllers? Do I even know them?
I don't think you have met them yet. They just moved into the piano floor of the house opposite.
Wait, did the Webers move out?
No, the other house. The Langs.
What are you talking about?
You remember the Langs, right? Thomas Langs. He used to work at the bank.
Are we missing something?
You used to play with their daughter. Black hair, a ponytail. Always got her dress dirty. I just can't remember her name.
I really don't know who you are talking about. Anyway, I can't this weekend.
Oh, what a pity. The Müllers are really nice people. And they have this good-looking son.
Mom!
All right, just mentioning it. No ulterior motives. Another weekend then. Are you free the week after?
I need to get back to work now, Mom.
A shame. Get back to me soon, will you?
Sure. Bye, Mom.
Goodbye, Esther.
There's nothing left for me to do.
Well, I don't know. They made me feel like I should be making more conclusions or something. Can I make more conclusions? I don't know how to make conclusions. Is it a part of this? Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how I make conclusions. I don't know how to get back to that. So I don't know. Maybe I will just call it because I'm not sure what I'm doing. And then her mom's so pushy. Now, she lied about not knowing who the Lang's girl was because she had a picture of her when she first unpacked her stuff. So she does know who that little girl is. I thought it was a sister, but it's a friend. Looks like maybe she was taken away. Maybe that's why she's so passionate about solving these cases. So the last suspect, October 4th, 1956. All right, I know she's going to call out to me.
Good morning, Miss Katz. Oh, Oh, and there was a letter for you. I left it on your
Thank
desk.
you. Okay, so this is the letter. We know where you live. We know what you do. We are watching day and night. We see you. The German people have been through enough because of vermin like you. You should have burned with the rest of your kind, and instead of disappearing, hiding in the gutters where you belong, you once again attack us. So hear us. You will burn. We will finish what we started, beginning with traitor trash like you. And she's not even Jewish, so they're off on that. The last suspect is going to arrive today. Mr. Peters wants to talk to you. The documents from Berlin should be arriving today. If you need any others, I might still be able to pull a few strings and get them in by the end of the day. Okay, so this is the newspaper for today. Hungary invaded. 9 days after the announcement of Imre Nagy's government by Hungary's revolutionaries, its fate seemed to have been sealed as Soviet tanks returned to the streets of Budapest. Reports of violence continue to flow from around the entire country, with what remains of the Hungarian forces being rapidly eradicated by the invading USSR army. Chairman Nagy's fate, following his unanswered plea to the nations of the world, is unknown. A week after the occupation by the Israeli army, it continues to attack the remaining defense forces on the Sinai Peninsula. On the other side of the Suez Canal, the Egyptian mainland is under constant bombardment by the British and French air forces, although there is no official declaration of war. In London, Prime Minister Anthony Eden insists that the United Kingdom is not at war with Egypt. Somehow that doesn't seem accurate. Okay, that should be my last person.
Mr. Schickett has just arrived. He's waiting in the conference room.
Was there anything unusual about this letter? Did you notice anything off?
Off?
Was it brought in normally? Delivered personally? Or, I don't know, anything?
Can't say. It came with the post, like letters do. Is everything all right?
It was a threat letter.
A threat? Oh dear. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault.
Still, I can't believe these people.
Can't say I wasn't warned about this job. Professional risk, right?
Unfortunately. Still, if there is anything I can do, just say the word.
Thank you. Well, I don't need anything from you right now. Let's do this conference, because he's my last guy.
Mr. Schickett, I didn't expect you yet.
Arriving on time means you're 15 minutes late.
Okay.
I'm glad you're so cooperative. Thank you for coming. My name is Esther Katz. I am the prosecutor in charge. I'll cut right to the chase. What happened on the 28th of April back in 45?
So, you're finally reopening the case, aren't you?
Yes, we do. There are questions that have to be resolved.
It is time for some gentleman to answer for what happened back then.
Just to be clear, you are referring to?
Kiebitz and local group leader Feldmann.
So, your superior and your colleague. What had happened?
On that day, Feldmann, Kiebitz and I had captured an alleged insurgent. We had taken him to the district office and locked him in a cell. It was an old man.
Was his name Hans Naumann?
It's more than 10 years ago. I'm pretty certain that this was his name, yes.
Please describe the situation.
Shortly after, the two men came out. Pointing to the cells, the district leader gave the command.
Okay, so still consistent that Schwartz gave the command.
What kind of command?
He ordered us to shoot the prisoner.
Okay. Which is what they all said, so that part's consistent.
Can you tell me more about your local group?
We mainly wrote reports and helped in the district where help was needed.
It's kind of vague.
How did you fit into this local group?
I have always proudly done my duty. I oversaw security.
Okay.
How did you and Mr. Kiebitz get along? You both held the same title?
Mr. Kibitz. Yes, we both were local group members. We did not get along so well.
How was working with Mr. Feldman?
A power-hungry bully who kisses his boss's butts and belittled his subordinates. And that's if you were on his good side. Let's say his threats shouldn't be taken lightly.
How was working under District Leader Schwartz?
He was a strict man with defined values. Easy to work under because he was so organized and knew the strengths and weaknesses of each member.
Okay.
Were there any other prisoners at that time?
No, the old man was the only one that day.
Was it common for prisoners to be executed?
No, we were a local group, not the SS.
Oh.
The district leader returned to his office together with Mr. Kibitz. Mr. Feldman asked me to follow him. Together we walked down the corridor to the cell where the old man was kept.
Now see, that's different. He's saying that Kibitz didn't go to the cell.
I can still hear the air raid siren in my head. I remember Mom waking me up. Pack your things, get into the basement. How did the members of your group spend their free time?
They went drinking together. Not me though. I don't drink. I prefer being home early and getting a healthy sleep.
Okay, so he's saying he didn't drink on the job.
Was your local group in contact with other local groups?
We were in permanent contact with all the other Bavarian groups.
Okay.
How did you make sure you had enough electricity?
We had a generator for power outages. And oil lamps.
Okay, so that's pretty consistent.
Who prepared the cells for prisoners?
A few colleagues from the local group. It did not take much to set up. With a bucket and a mattress, it was done.
Did prisoners ever stay longer?
A couple of days maximum. They were here for interrogations.
Okay.
Just a bucket and that's it?
They were prisoners.
Okay, alright.
What did Mr. Feldman do?
The group leader raised his voice.
Do you remember his words?
He told me to shoot the prisoner.
Hmm.
And did you shoot the prisoner?
No, I did not. The man was clearly innocent.
How did you come to this conclusion?
He was accused of... what was it again? I remember someone...
Just a second, I have that somewhere.
Well, he was accused of being a communist insurgent.
According to the former prosecutor's report, Mr. Naumann carried out highly treasonable actions.
That's what they called it, all right. But what kind of actions are we talking about here? The whole thing didn't match up.
How did your superior take your refusal?
Not well. He yelled, and I argued.
Do you remember your words?
I told him that it made no sense and that we should refrain from doing that. Group leader Feldman then threatened me. He said he'd report me to the Gestapo, that I would be severely punished, possibly killed.
But you still refused.
I did. I just couldn't do it.
So that's a different story.
I left the room. Outside the cell, I met Kibitz, who was about to enter, a gun in his hand, cocked. The next thing I hear is the shot.
So he's saying that Kibitz shot him? That definitely doesn't match. I'm definitely missing some clues. I'm supposed to have 59. I have 56. So I'm 3 short somehow. But I'm definitely missing something. I just can't imagine what I'm missing.
For how long did Mr. Feitman talk to Mr. Schwartz?
It was just a short meeting, maybe for a couple of minutes.
Were your group's actions documented?
Certainly, but that wasn't my task. District Leader Schwartz took care of it. But most of those files were destroyed, unfortunately.
If somebody did stay with Schwartz, it could have been documented somewhere.
I'm still missing something. I just can't imagine what it is.
Why did you relocate the office?
Because of the big air raid, we wanted to be underground. We hoped that we would be safer there.
Okay, so that matches.
So what you are saying is that Mr. Kiebitz shot him.
He did indeed. I know it.
But why would he do that? What was his reason?
What do I care about his reason? What he did was wrong. That's why I'm glad the case has been reopened. You break the rules, you get punished. That's the way it should be.
We will make sure the right people face the consequences, Mr. Schickert. Thank you for coming in.
The pleasure is all mine. Goodbye, Miss Katz.
That's all the witnesses. Let's see if
Let me see if the personnel stuff came.
So, I know it doesn't balance out the morning, but there's at least some good news today. One word, Berlin.
Did the document center come through?
Here you go. Personal files for Kiebitz,
Okay.
Schickert, and Feitman.
Finally.
Right? Just in time. I know that you have just questioned the last witness.
I think so.
With a few calls, I might be able to get hold of a few more urgent documents for you. But I would need to do so right now, and I can't guarantee they'll make it in time.
Why does it say no need?
There's no need, Paula. Thank you. I better get
Am
back
I
to the
sure I don't need
reconstruction.
anything?
Miss Katz!
Okay. Oh, is that my phone ringing? Who is calling me?
Esther Katz speaking. Hello? Anybody here? Hello? Great. Just what I needed now. Not disconcerting in the slightest.
That's weird as hell. I rushed back there for nothing. I need to talk to Peters, and I need to... Well, let me read the new documents. 'Cause she gave me something. So under her suspects... Okay, so this is Herman Kiebitz. He was born in 1905, and he joined in 1939. According to the Berlin office, he was a local group member. He worked as a hairdressing trade. He was a soldier for 5 years. He was a Volkssturm member. He worked as a driver. No criminal record except for begging. So, I mean, that's kind of consistent to what he said, which is he was a driver. And his employee ID number is 501987. So that's what we confirmed. Now, for Carl Snicker, he was born in 1912. He joined in 1940. We have his employee number. So we're going to go back and definitely look at that. So his member number was 5186332. He joined in 1940. He had 3 years as in citizen school. He had 2 years in trade school. He was a locksmith apprentice, and he had military training. I mean, I don't know how significant that is. that might be significant. I don't know. And then we have Alfred Faultman, born in 1889. He joined in 1933. So he started off as a base manager. Then he was a local group leader. Then he was a head official. So he got promoted at some point. He didn't mention that. He went to elementary school. He went to tailoring apprenticeship. He was married with 2 children. His son fell in Russia. No criminal record. Okay, so back to the weapon. Which I want to go back and read what he was shot with. So they're saying that he was shot in the head with a 7.65 millimeter Browning caliber gunshot. So we definitely know what the weapon is. So when we go back and look at suspects, I mean, there's only a few that match that. So the 7.65 millimeter Browning belongs to 6332, but also belongs to 8623. And I'm not a gun expert, folks, so I'm not sure if this makes a difference, the times 17 or not, or 4116. So we have like 4 numbers that are kind of close. Do we know who these other numbers are? Because we know he had the FN Browning 1900, which is, I mean, it sounds like our gun here. But I want to see these other employee numbers, because maybe I'm missing something. Now we know 9877 is Kieber, and he was the driver. And he doesn't have the right gun, though. He has a rifle, which wouldn't have been the same weapon. So I'm a little confused. I'm not sure what the detention report is. Alfred Faultman signed a detention report, but I don't understand. What is a detention report? Like, I guess to go get him? So the previous base manager was arrested due to his direct supervisor reporting him. So we know that Faultman has used the Gestapo on a subordinate before. So it's likely he could have threatened Snickert to do that again, is what it sounds like. So Snickert's testimony is that he was in the hallway with Kiebert when Faultman and Schwartz came out into the hallway, and Schwartz gave the order. Then Faultman and Snickert went to the cell, but Kiebert stayed behind with Schwartz. Then Faultman told him to shoot the expert. Shoot the subject. He said no. When he resisted, Faultman threatened him with the Gestapo. He left to go back to the cell, didn't want anything to do with it. He ran into Kiebert, who then shot him. But Kiebert has the wrong gun. So that's the only issue, is like Kiebert's gun is the wrong gun. So that's what I don't understand, is how would he have shot him with the wrong gun? It's like, that's weird. Because I want to go back and look at something. Okay, so 4724116 is another person. 4283012 is Siegfried Schmid. And then 5358623 is another person. So the other 3 guns that don't match. So the only gun that they could have possibly used is registered to Carl. his gun is the murder weapon. So I don't understand. He keeps saying it's the other guy, but it's like, really? So now we can finish our theory. I don't know, because it's like Snicker doesn't. That just doesn't make sense. When the two of them said we all three went back to the cell, but he's saying only two of us went to the cell. And then we're saying that Faultman didn't do it, but now we're saying that Snicker didn't do it? That doesn't make sense. And then we're saying that Snicker threatened with the Gestapo. So Snicker did it, but I mean, it's his gun. So I don't want to... This phone again.
Esther Katz?
Essie, it's good to hear your voice. I hope I'm not disturbing you. I didn't like how we ended our last conversation. I know your mother's little parties are hard enough on you already. I shouldn't have brought up your work in the first place. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lose my temper like that.
Why do you feel so strongly?
Thank you, Father, but why does Bauer make you so angry in the first place?
Oh, Esther, you couldn't possibly understand all of it, and nor can he. He wasn't here when it all happened. He didn't see it for himself, live it. He says we should have done more, while he's the one who deserted. For me, it was never a choice to leave. But how should he understand it? His kind never really felt at home anywhere. And now he leads this self-righteous inquisition. It's hard to stomach. With that said, I'm calling because of a different matter. It's close, isn't it? Your first trial?
I hope it goes well.
Oh, nurse. I remember that whenever I was feeling trepidation about a case, I would take a long walk by myself. I'd go over every little detail, every question, every step. It usually helped.
Thank you, Father.
But Esther, after the trial... I'm sorry, but please remember what we've talked about. It's not too late to leave. Nobody would think less of you.
I would like to see this through, Dad.
I see.
By the way, there's something I wanted to ask you.
Anything?
Were you ever sent threats?
That's a very specific question.
What can I say? I just got quite curious.
No, of course. Let me think. A few times. Yes, well, with some of the less savory cases. Just don't tell your mother. She'd be worried sick. God knows that's the last thing she needs.
I just got one. A threat letter.
Ah, of course. That's much earlier than I'd have expected. I knew Bauer wasn't a good idea.
Earlier? So you expected this to happen?
At some point, yes, of course. We all, or most of us at least, do, when it comes to the really bad cases. Especially in that team of Bauers. I knew it was a bad idea.
What should I do? What can I do?
Nothing to do, I'm afraid. You can report it to the police, but they won't probably be of much help. It's just a letter. A horrible one, but still, it's just paper. And some ink, I suppose. Nobody would dare to actually act against a public prosecutor. We are civilized.
I suppose you're right.
You need a thick skin in this line of work. And you have it, don't worry. As for the letter, try not to think about it, as hard as it seems. Personally, I used mine as kindling for the fireplace. No point in holding on to trash. This way it was at least somewhat useful.
This isn't about Bauer.
Right. It's not about his, and by extension your work, upsetting the public. None of this would have happened with Bergmann, Kranich and partners.
Dad, we've been over this.
You're right. But this is just exactly the
Well,
thing
we had to
I
get
was
his
afraid would
opinion.
happen. But so much earlier than I thought it would.
Well, I better get going now. Still lots of work to do before the big day.
I understand. I'm always here for you, and also, good luck, Prosecutor Katz.
Okay, well, Dad's a real one. Let me go talk to old boy. We're gonna go through this theory. I still haven't made up my mind.
What?
Is it a bad time?
Bad time?
Not like there's any other. But yes, tell me, Katz, has anyone been to my office?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not that I know of.
No help, unsurprisingly.
What is this about?
So, what is this about?
Someone was here. Just don't say anything. Someone was here, in my office, going through my documents, through my files, through my cases.
Why do you think someone was here?
I have my ways of knowing.
Ways, of course. Something more specific?
The lamp was moved, if you must know.
Right.
Oh, yes, right.
I believe you.
So, what can we do?
Well, Wait. You believe me? That's...
I mean, there's no reason to lie, and I just got a threat letter, so...
Right. What now? I wish I knew. More locks? I need to at least change the current ones. That's for sure.
What do you have here anyway? What's the case?
All right. It might actually be for the best if somebody else is also familiar with it. Just in case. And it's not like you can be my thief. So what's the harm?
Oh, Peters. Are you trying to say you trust me?
Wouldn't go that far. But this isn't the first time someone spied on my work. It started long before you joined. So, at least in this case, you're not a suspect.
I'm all ears.
What do you know about the camps?
Enough to know I'd rather not learn more.
If only we had that luxury. Imagine this. Hundreds, or even 1,000 prisoners per barrack. A block of those surrounded by electrified barbed wire. Overcrowded, makeshift wooden structures as the only place to sleep. Cold, cramped quarters. Hunger, illness, vermin, death. Children, women, old people, it made no difference. All forced to do brutally hard labor. And worse, then there's the rest of the camp. A moat along the border, followed by 2 layers of, again, electrified fences and walls. Watchtowers along the entire length, of course, with searchlights and machine guns. And here, get to the case. Should anyone try to escape, camp guard were on strict orders to immediately shoot to kill. No warning shots, no nothing. Just kill the prisoner. Any hesitation would be punished. But the number of such incidents is... it's far too high. It just doesn't add up.
Can you prove it?
Alright, so you need to prove they lied. How do you do it?
You're thinking too small. It's not just the guard, not just what they did. It's that they were allowed to do it. Do you really think their superiors didn't know what was happening? Do you think it was some kind of unauthorized behavior? Rest assured, it was very authorized. So yes, we need to prove they lied, that they murdered the prisoners. But more importantly, I, need to prove who knew about it and allowed it to happen. And let me tell you, the suspect list, it's something.
Yikes. Unfortunately, you didn't really help me prep for my situation. We didn't run through the scenario. So,
Miss Katz, are you finished with the case?
Remind me, why do we need to get it done today?
In short, because we're running out of time. The statute of limitation is about to go out. The last of our cases are from 1945. In 2 years, we won't be able to prosecute most of them. And there are so many of them that with the manpower we have, we need to keep tight deadlines. If a case takes too long to prepare, we must move on to others.
I'm not done yet, though.
I still need some more time.
Because unfortunately, I just don't feel confident with my answers. Because it's like, well, I almost want to talk to him.
The door is locked.
Is he not here? Let me see if I can call him.
Who do I want to call?
Okay,
He's not
so he
picking
may
up.
not be here. The only thing that throws me off is it's just not clear because we have that conflicting information that we never really got.
With so many smokers here,
I know everyone's
everyone's
like a chain smoker at this point.
They are supposed to be good for you, though. That's what my doctor said.
That's why the issue is really 3, 4, and 5. We can agree who went to the cell. Keebert's the only one. Keebert even said that he went to the cell. Faltman said they all went to the cell. Snicker's the only one that said that he didn't go. So it's a little confusing because I have one person descending and the other two not. And they're saying that Faltman denied the order. When the other two said that Faltman resisted. But he could be protecting his old supervisor. And then, I mean, it is Faltman's history to threaten the Gestapo. That's what doesn't make sense. Faltman's been known to threaten his employees and get them in trouble with the Gestapo. So that would make sense, almost. But it's Kibit's gun. That's the part that doesn't work. Because it's like, Kibit, the gun is registered to you. And at no point did you tell me, oh, I didn't, my gun was stolen, or it was taken, or I took it out of my holster. That never came up.
Miss Katz, are you finished with
Yeah.
the case?
I believe I'm done, yes.
Right. I'll start writing the indictment then. I hope we
I
can
hope
get
so
some
too.
justice here. Shall we go to court then?
I don't
Let's
know
go
what
to
to
court.
expect. So with the court preparations, once your investigation is complete, you'll have to go to the court to present the case in front of a jury. The court day will automatically begin after you end the final day as usual. It can help to prepare your conclusions and theories on the blueprint in advance, although you don't need to do so. I don't know how to make my theories. I don't see an option to make conclusions. Unless I'm just missing it. That's the part that's hard, because it's like two people are saying that Schicker did it and Schicker's saying he didn't do it, which could just be to save himself. So I don't want to make any changes. But how do you apply the proof? I don't know. I'm just going to let myself go to the next day and we'll just see how this plays out.
It's time.
Because, yeah, I'm feeling unsure.
Order. Court is in session. In the case of the German people against members of NSDAP Local Group Munich, the defendants stand accused
Oh, they're doing all
of the
three of
murder
them.
Hans Naumann. Judge Ernst Braun presiding, with counsel Esther Katz speaking for the prosecution. Counsel Rudolf Scham representing the defendants Giebitz and Faltmann. And counsel Sigmund Hauptner representing the defendant Schickert. How do you plead?
Innocent.
It's not guilty.
Not guilty then.
Not guilty, of course. This whole investigation is a farce.
Not guilty, Mr. Chairman.
I call on the prosecution.
Goodness.
Miss Katz, it's time to present your theory.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Hans Naumann was innocent. This bears repeating. Innocent. And yet he was taken from his own home and killed. Executed for another man's crimes. That this case has remained closed for so long is a clear failure of the justice system. A failure that we must put right. Mr. Chairman, on April 28th, Hans Naumann was shot dead. Taken from his house under false pretenses, he was brought to the temporary location of the district office. He was locked in a brewery cellar, a damp storage room adapted into a makeshift cell. That's where, shortly later, he would be killed.
See, that's the issue. So we're saying who ordered execution. I'm still saying Swords.
His execution was ordered by Herbert Schwarz, the district leader for the city of Munich. As the senior member of the NSDAP involved in the crime, he bears the main responsibility for Mr. Norman's death. Mr. Schwarz is unfortunately deceased and as such cannot be tried. This does not, however, absolve his subordinates of their culpability.
Thank you, Miss Katz. Does the defense have anything to add?
No, Mr. Chairman. We agree with the version presented by the prosecution.
See, it was all Schwarz.
That's right, we were just following his orders.
Silence!
Right.
Mr. Sham, please remind your defendants of the appropriate behavior in court. Let the record show that the prosecution and defense are in agreement. Let's proceed. Miss Katz?
Okay, so for part 2, we're trying to see who went to the cell. We're saying that all 3 went to the cell.
The defendants went to the prisoner's cell.
Objection, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Schickert has testified, under oath, that it was only himself and local group leader Faltmann who went to the cell.
It's the truth. Kiebitz was too busy kissing Schwarz.
That's enough. Mr. Schickert, do remember where you are. Miss Katz, can you present it?
Certainly.
Okay, so now we have to prove it. So we're going to select from the documents that he went to the cell. And I don't know how to prove that. So I have to, how do we prove who went to the, I should determine who stayed behind which swords. Okay, so we're gonna go look, because we have 4 suspects. So we know for sure there was 4. So the conversation with Swords. Oh, I was wrong. The driver did go back in the office. I was wrong. Because he even said that he stayed behind. So he's telling the truth. It doesn't prove my case, though. So I was definitely wrong. And we can prove he's the driver. But that doesn't, unfortunately, doesn't prove my point.
I don't see how
it
this
doesn't.
serves as evidence of your claims. Objection sustained. Let the record show that the prosecution's allegations are deemed not proven. Please continue, Miss Katz.
Okay, so I know I messed up on 2. So who resisted the order? It was Schicker. We're gonna say that Schicker asked him to shoot and he said no.
Having seen the victim, Mr. Schickert began to question the order. As we learned from the testimonies, Mr. Norman's age and physical frailty were evident. How could this be the man? How could he be guilty? The defendants had arrested him for tearing down a flag from its flagpole and beating up an officer. A tall flagpole, a young officer. Mr. Schickert concluded the man to be innocent. He refused to shoot.
Objection, Mr. Chairman. As both Mr. Kiebitz and Mr. Faltmann testified, the one to question the order was Mr. Faltmann. He had doubted its validity and attempted to stop the execution. Regretfully, he was unsuccessful.
Miss Guts, if
Yeah.
Gladly,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
So this time, trying to prove it's going to be a pain. So, from the transcript we got from Schnicket, that's part of it. But to resist the order, I mean, we have a history of I mean, I don't know if that really proves my case, but I just don't believe it was him now. I don't know. I don't know what really proves the point. We're gonna see if that helps.
I'm not sure I follow your reasoning here. Is there anything else you can provide?
Oh, he didn't like that. Oh, you get more attempts. Okay. There was an order on how to deal with insubordination. Okay, so there was an order on how to deal with insubordination. Now, Swartz told us that Groupman came back and said it was done. So this is the wrong one. There's an order on how to deal with insubordination. Hold on. Okay, let's add that and see if that makes a difference.
I remain
Lord, what do you want? This is hard. The court part is hard. One of the suspects was removed from the party at some point. How do I prove he was removed from the party? So we have his testimony. We have the one about the driver. We have the one about the resistance. He's saying, take a look into this missiles for... I have that about insubordination. Do I have any other proof? Because it's like... I don't know. Because that's where I'm kind of stuck. He has no annotations in his. I don't know what else would have proven. I mean, this kind of tells you that he went to go arrest and interrogate him, so it wasn't really me. Because this talks about dismissal for insubordination, unless I'm missing something. Because I thought we had proof that he had threatened someone else with the Gestapo before. That one of his previous employees had gone missing. Because he had reported him. Is this a better piece of evidence? So we talked about the resistance. That Foutman... Well, I don't know if that's a better piece of evidence or not. Unfortunately, I'm not sure. This is where I'm not feeling super confident. I don't know that that helps. I don't think that's the right conclusion.
I can give
Girl,
you
I don't
more
know.
chance, Miss Cuts.
This is the part of the game where I'm confused. So I have one attempt left, but I don't know. The date of the removal can be connected to the date of the murder. We're gonna try again. So there's an official order on how to deal with subordinates. We have that. With insubordinates. One suspect was removed from the party. And then the date of the removal connected to date of murder. We're gonna try again, but I'm not getting it. Okay. So we have the dismissal that if any insubordination should be met with removal of the party. We have the evidence from Swartz saying that the driver came with him into the office. Something else from April 28th. Is there anything else dated April 28th? I don't know. That's not going to have a date on it. So this is supposed to be about April 28th. I mean, I feel like this is it. But I don't think that's right either. I don't know.
See how this serves as evidence of your claims. Objection sustained. Let the record
I'm doing a
show that
terrible
the
job at that.
prosecution's claims were refuted. Miss Guts, if you would.
Yikes. Not good at all. So we're saying that if it's that Kibitz was in the hall. No, Kibitz was in. That's what's so confusing. We're saying that Kibitz was in. And we're saying that he did the threatening?
With the doubts voiced, threats were soon to follow. Threats by Mr. Falkman. He wasn't going to allow for this
Right.
sort of
An order was an order.
An order was an order. If his co-defendants continued to object, he would report them. And not just to Mr. Schwartz, to the Gestapo. I trust the implications of such a report are clear.
Objection.
Every time, Mr. Sham?
Both Mr. Kiebitz and Mr. Falkman agree in their testimonies. It was Mr. Schickert who threatened his co-defendants, lest they agreed to the shooting.
Exactly. The Gestapo were a bunch
Now
of
that's
sneaky
not true.
sadists. Psychopaths. I've never had anything to do with those monsters.
Silence, Mr. Feldman. Silence. Miss Guts?
Certainly.
Okay. So unfortunately, we know that's not true about who threatened with the Gestapo. We know for sure that he's used the Gestapo before. We know that. And we know he's done stuff. I mean, this man is definitely lying about not using the Gestapo. I gotta find that other piece where he said where he's turned in other people to the Gestapo before. That should prove.
I'm not sure I follow your
I don't know what.
here. Is there
I
anything
don't
else
feel
you
like I
can
have all the
provide?
clues or something. Cause I'm not. Someone repeat. I know. I have that he reported someone to the Gestapo before. So that one's definitely correct. But I'm missing something else. Who threatened with the Gestapo if the order was refused? Cause yeah, these two are saying something completely different. Cause Snickers on saying I did it, or not that I did it, but you know his version.
I remain
Baby, I don't know what you want. To find the direct supervisor, the party hierarchy will help. Okay, so we have the party hierarchy if we need to, but I don't see how that helps.
I can
Girl,
give you one more chance,
what do you
Miss
want?
Cox.
You want the party hierarchy? I gave it to you. Who held the rank at the time of the report was known for the goods? I did. Unless I'm missing something. Am I missing something? I mean, we pretty much got it. I don't know what else they're looking for. Yeah, I don't know what you want. I'm a little confused on the court system.
Objection sustained. Miss Guts, proceed
We're
to
just
your next
dead
point.
here.
We've established the course of the crime up to its final moment. Only one question remains, the most important one. Who shot? Who killed Hans Naumann?
That's the part that doesn't work. So we're saying Snicker did it because it was his gun. But Faultman was definitely in there. I don't know what we're saying.
Defendant Karl Schickert. He might have followed orders. He might or might not have resisted. He might have been coerced. But in the end, the truth remains the same. Karl Schickert shot and killed the victim.
I must object, Mr. Chairman.
Let's hear it.
Mr. Schickert maintains he's innocent. That Mr. Kiebitz, and not him, was the
Now we have better.
Two witnesses might agree, but that can hardly be considered enough to prove them guilty, especially considering the seriousness of the crime.
Miss Guts.
Okay, now this time I think I can prove it because we have the gun serial numbers that were assigned to everybody. So where was that list with? Oh, well, hold on. I gotta give you his member ID. Well, I actually want to give you the whole thing because you'll see he's military trained to shoot as well. But there was a list that had all the gun numbers on it, like who was assigned to which weapon. So I mean, he's military trained. We have his member ID, so we know he has the right gun, and I just need the original case details on what he was killed with. So I mean, that should be it now.
Mr. Naumann's wound was identified as resulting from a 7.65 Browning caliber. Only one of the defendants had a weapon with that caliber. An FN Browning model 1900 was given to the party member number 5186332, the defendant Karl Schickert.
Very well. I consider your claims
Okay.
proven. I have heard enough. Will the defendants please rise? Having considered the testimonies presented today, as well as the prosecution's evidence, this court has reached the following verdict. Defendant Karl Schickert, born January 3rd, 1912, resident of Mauergasse 4 in Munich. This court finds the defendant guilty of the manslaughter of Hans Naumann. The prosecution has proven beyond reasonable doubt that he was the shooter. Mr. Schickert, the prosecution proved you were acting on district leader Herbert Schwarz's official orders. The court considered these mitigating circumstances in this verdict. You are hereby sentenced to 12 years in prison. Defendant Alfred Faltmann, born June 29, 1889, resident of Löwenweg 11, Munich. Lastly, defendant Hermann Kiebitz, born August 8, 1905, resident of Schweigerweg 12, Hagelstadt, Munich. This court finds both defendants not guilty. Their involvement in the crime could
No,
not
we
be
couldn't.
proven. Mr. Feldman, Mr. Kiebitz, you are discharged. With that, the cost of this trial will be covered by the defendant.
At least we were able to prove it in the end because we got step 5 right. Okay, so small victories for Browerman's team worth the taxpayers' money. So unfortunately, we didn't do so great. We got 100% in our interrogation. We got 80% in the investigation, but the case resolution we only got 34% because we couldn't prove step 2, 3, and 4. So not great. Okay, so this is a spoiler warning. The real case summaries contain spoilers for the solutions of the case in the game. If you want to play the case again to get a better rating, we recommend not reading this. Yeah, I think we're going to hold off because I might want to do it again. So with the court procedures, we were able to prove 2 out of 5 steps. With the interrogation skills, we got 4 out of 5 based on interrupting with the right documentation. But with the investigation skills, we got them all.
The Naumann case. It could seem so small, forgettable. One might almost say insignificant. What is another execution? What is the death of yet another old man? With all that happened, does it even truly matter? They must have thought so themselves. Kiebitz, Faltmann, Schickert. If they thought of it at all. Faltmann made no attempt to hide his satisfaction. He did it. Once again, he was free. He decided to write down his version of the story in the form of a letter. It painted quite a vibrant, if completely untrue, image of his treatment at the prosecution's hand. The letter, censored, of course, was published on the back pages of certain low-circulation publications. Those catering to people sharing a similar worldview to Faltmann's. Schickert was raving as they brought him out of the courtroom. So what if he pulled the trigger, he yelled. He followed orders. He just followed orders. Can a man like Kiebitz
He knew.
be called innocent? In the eyes of the law, of course. If we consider just this specific case, then yes, Hermann Kiebitz is innocent, for he did nothing. Yet sometimes doing nothing might just be enough. Had he acted, had he done something, Hans Naumann could still be alive. Had any of them, for that matter. Instead, they chose to follow orders. Just follow orders.
Right, which is wrong.
Orders. One could expect Miss Naumann to be furious with the verdict, but I don't think she had the strength for it anymore. She had spent it all over those 11 years, wasted it, only for justice to fail her once more. For it failed her. We failed her. And as for our miscuts, our work is not easy. More importantly, it is not welcome. We are not welcome. But that's a story for another day.
Oh, that was so difficult. I am torn if I want to go back. I definitely don't want to start this just yet. Oh, yeah, I definitely don't want to start this just yet. But yeah, that was actually really intense. So I think I'm going to end it here just because it's a lot going on. I want to say it auto-saved. Oh, no, it didn't. So I might have to let this run just so it doesn't not save what I just did. Or do I just quit and not let it save what I just did? I think I messed up pretty terribly. So I think I'm going to quit and end this episode here. But let me know what you would have done differently. I think I got confused and didn't really remember the original evidence from source, and that messed me up. And I think I could have got a different result, at least in the final piece of the puzzle, had I done it that way. But let me know in the comments below what you think.